Well, hello, everybody. Bill Shaka here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. Welcome to Tamarindo, Costa Rica. We are experiencing a wonderful surge of summer weather here. This is being recorded at the end of November. I know it's not scheduled to air until, I believe, the middle of March. But summer here is basically like November, December, January, February, and so forth. So what that means primarily is that the weather's hot, it's dry, and there's a beautiful breeze blowing. It is truly paradise here for 4 or 5 months out of the year. Believe me, the rest of the time isn't exactly a sharp stick in the eye. It's all good, but this is probably the most comfortable time of the year to live here. And I don't mean just in Costa Rica, I mean the tropics in general. Okay, what makes a successful hot dog stand? This is a very interesting question. I used to use this in my marketing class decades ago. I just got finished reading, actually listening to a book by a young man by the name of Alex Hormozi, Hormozi, an extremely intelligent individual. His book is really off the chart. It's about how to scale your social media business. Alex Hormozi, Hormozi, for those of you looking to engage in social media, his book is definitely a read. I forgot the name of it because it was an audio book. I didn't have a chance to engage it on a daily basis. I prefer physical books more than virtual or audio books, but I'm just showing my age. It's a wonderful book, and he asked that question, what makes a successful hot dog stand? And it's funny because back in the late 80s, I was a sales rep for a payroll processing company. And me and this really cool guy, about my age, a Jewish guy from Manhattan, we would always be competing for the number one spot, even though there were 12 or 13 or 14 sales reps, whatever. Him and I were the workers. We were the ones that every week we would be competing with who was the highest for the week, because both of us had a fantastic work ethic, and we became friends. I mean, here's this Jewish guy from Manhattan and this Italian guy from northeastern Pennsylvania. We had this communication between us, and he was always telling me, Bill, you got to come to Manhattan. We got to have lunch and have a couple of water dogs. And I said, Danny, after a couple times he said that, I said, what the hell is a water dog? And the translation was water dog. And he meant the hot dogs from the stands in the street. So that got me thinking about this process again and asking this question, what makes a successful hot dog stand? And I can remember when I was... when I brought this question up to my marketing students, especially my second semester marketing students in an advanced principles class or a marketing management class, they always try to come up with these fantastic ideas like, oh, well, obviously your product has to be superior, or what you need to do is spur the elasticity of demand, or your signage must be very good. And, they came up with all of these beautiful ideas in terms of how to market a hot dog stand and make it more successful. You want to know what the answer is? What makes a successful hot dog stand? A starving crowd makes a successful hot dog stand. A starving crowd. And when I said that, I would see this kind of a look. Think about it. If you had a starving crowd, you don't need the best product. If you had a starving crowd, you don't need the lowest price. Think about the price of hot dogs at a baseball game. You got to take one out on layaway. They're so expensive. Who cares? You ain't going to get one anywhere else. Starving crowd. Now, I'd like you to consider how that works in terms of sales and in terms of business. What can you do to create a starving crowd? The more that you have the ability to do that, the greater is going to be your success. And you can generate a starving crowd. That's where elasticity of demand and signage and all those other things come up. All right? I want to leave you with that thought. What makes a successful hot dog stand? The most successful thing is a starving crowd. Many thanks goes out to Alex Hermosi for reminding me of what this was all about. Bill Shaka, thanking you for your time. Looking forward to seeing you in the next